In today's Stretching Your Dollar, end-of-year do's and don'ts for your finances. Pat Strubbe is a financial educator with Preservation Specialists. So year-end financial planning, Pat, the one thing I think that you wanted to get across to viewers is looking at tax reduction planning specifically. So what kinds of things do we need to think about as we move forward in the last couple weeks of the year?
Yeah, not much time, and obviously it's such a busy time of year. But I encourage all my clients to just take a few minutes and think this through. There's a few tax things to do. The first one I always recommend is if you're thinking about anything to your church or charity, it's very important to consider that for before the end of the year. The check has to be postmarked in 2012 for you to be able to take that off on your taxes.
Charitable contributions. And then the second one we see on the screen there is money to retirement account. That would be for people who want to add money to the retirement account?
Absolutely. And of course, the tax rules are very complicated, so some people can take that off on their taxes, some can't. Make sure to talk with your financial person or tax advisor to see if you can benefit from that as well.
And lastly on the list, required withdrawals. Who would that pertain to?
Yeah, if you're over 70 and you have a retirement account, it's very important to make absolutely sure that you take out what you had to. It's one of the biggest penalties in the tax code, of a 50% penalty if you don't take it out.
You know, I really worry sometimes about people who don't know enough or don't see a segment like this to know that they need to do these things. So do you think there's a huge chunk of the population out there maybe paying more than they really need to?
Absolutely, yeah. It's in fact, there was a Supreme Court justice that had a comment that said there's two taxpayers in America: people who know the code and people who don't. And those who don't, unfortunately, are penalized for it.
Good information, Pat Strubbe, as always. And Pat's a regular guest, and this segment will be on WISTV.com. Pat, thank you.
Thank you.